Hey, welcome back to Starstruck. It's been a long time since I've posted any pictures or done any videos, and this will be my last astronomy video, but in this video I'm going to share all 15 pictures that I was able to capture and produce last year. Now this is M42, and that's the Orion Nebula. This was taken on March 6th of 21, and these pictures were all produced out of the same light frames, just a little different process on each one of them. This was done with the Explorer Scientific 140 with the FPL 53 glass using an ASI Air Pro and a neodymium moon and sky glow filter. The next three pictures are of the Pinwheel Galaxy, which is M101, and there are three of these. They're just different processes. But this thing is 20 million light years away, and given the light pollution that I have here at the edge of this big city, this really isn't too bad for an amateur doing this from my backyard. The next set of pictures is of the Whirlpool Galaxy, which is M51, and this thing is 23 million light years away. And I took these first set of photos, but this last one in the series was taken by my brother up in Iowa, and he shot it in RGB rather than one-shot color, and he has a much clearer background. And look how much better that looks shot in RGB. So it does make a difference, and light pollution definitely makes a difference. So moving on, the next set of pictures is of the Fireworks Galaxy, and this thing's 7.8 million light years away according to Stellarium, and it's NGC 6946. And I only have a couple of pictures of it, and the processing is a little different on the second one. But there are so many stars in the Milky Way galaxy to shoot through. But imagine that we can actually take a photo of something this far away from our backyard. I think it's pretty amazing. Okay, this next picture is of the Eastern Veil Nebula, which is NGC 6992. It's 1470 light years, which is pretty close. I shot this on September the 11th of 21. And there's another side to this. There's a western side, and the western side is the one that when I sent it to Explorer Scientific, they actually put it on their website under users' photos. So if you go to their website and go to users' photos or whatever they call it, you'll find that picture of the western one on there. Of all the pictures that I've done, this is the one that I think I'm the most proud of. It's got incredible color, and I didn't do anything to it. This is the way I shot it. I think I processed this in PixInsight. I normally use GIMP. PixInsight is just incredibly hard for me to get my head around, but it does work, so I guess I can't complain. Well, next we have Bode's Galaxy, and this is M81, and it's only 11 million light years away. And I shot this October 1st of 2021. And if you look over on the left, that's actually the Cigar Galaxy, which is M82. We'll show that next. And it just kind of had to sneak into the edge of the picture, but that's just the way it is. So here's M82, and it's a really small galaxy. It's actually a million light years farther out than M81, so it's 12 million light years. And I shot it 2 days later on October the 3rd of 2021. Well, we're coming up on one of my favorite pictures. This is the Andromeda Galaxy. It's M31, and it is only 2.5 million light years away. So that's our closest neighboring galaxy, and it is huge. Now, most of the pictures I've shown you prior to this were either taken at 3 or 5 minute exposures. Because this is so bright, these were only taken at 2-minute exposures. Unity gain, and for my ASI Air 294 MC Pro, unity gain is 120. So that was just right for this. It doesn't blow the core out too bad. This was taken, I believe, let me look at my notes. Yeah, October the 4th of 2021. So it was processed in PixInsight and maybe this one in GIMP. So all things being equal, this next set of pictures is of the Pelican Nebula, and this is one of the harder pictures for me to get right, and I'm not sure I ever did get it right. I think I made 5 attempts at this, and it's only about 1,300 light years away, which is basically where most of the color is in the Milky Way galaxy. But I processed it 2 or 3 times. I tried doing it in GIMP. I tried PixInsight. That's about as good as I could get it right there. My brother did shoot it from Iowa, but he doesn't have the light pollution that I have, and I don't have any of his pictures to share with you, or I'd put one of these up. But IC 5070 is the Pelican Nebula. So next we have the Helix Nebula, also known as God's Eye. This is NGC 7293. Now this also is a very difficult picture for me to get from my location in southwest Missouri because it doesn't come up above the horizon very high from where I'm located, and it took 5 hours of pictures to get it. It's a very dim object. Now I rotated the picture here in this second image just to make it look a little more like an eye. But I think this is one of the more incredible things that's out there, and I signed this picture and I don't know, sent it to some people, so I don't know who all has it right now, but this is called God's Eye. I should also mention it's only 518 light years away. Now this next one is called the Cocoon Nebula. It's IC 5146, and it's 6,478 light years away. And I think I did this in PixInsight, if I remember right. These are 5-minute exposures, and there was probably 30, 35 or 40 of them. Next we have the Sol Nebula, which is IC 1848, and it's 2,185 light years away, according to Stellarium. And I think I shot this on October the 21st or 31st of 21. I'm pretty sure I processed this in PixInsight, and I didn't end up buying PixInsight. It's kind of expensive. I went back to using GIMP, and I find GIMP much easier to use, probably because I'm more familiar with Photoshop and doing pictures that way. Okay, I just realized I left out the Elephant Trunk Nebula, and it's IC 1396, and it's about 1,565 light years away. But here it is in the narrow band. Actually, I shot it in one-shot color and just processed it as a narrow band to get that picture. So I tried several ways to get it, but it's kind of a difficult picture. There's so much red nebulosity around it. It's just really, really difficult to get this picture. But there it is. So last in the series, which I shot late October, was the Iris Nebula, which is NGC 7023. And this is only about 1,300 light years out. And I processed this picture a couple of different ways. And after I got these done, of course, you know, COVID was going on with everything, and you really couldn't go anywhere. We kind of finished out the year late October. Then it began to get cold, and the nights were too cold for me because I'm close to 70, and I can't do the cold all that well. So I hope you enjoyed these pictures, and we're not going to do any more. This will be our last video and our last astronomy post, so I hope you all enjoy it.